silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, made of stone. Now I hear the music, close my eyes, feel the rhythm, wrap around, take a hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all, now I'm dancing for my life. Your passion and make it happen. Pictures come alive if you dance right through the Now I hear the music, close my eyes, I am rhythm. In a flash, it takes hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all, now I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. Pictures come alive if you dance right through the What a feeling, I am music now, feels believing. I am rhythm now, pictures come alive if you dance right through the What a feeling, oh, I can't have it all, have it all.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, okie dokie, boomer. BOOMER, please your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on
Okie
the
dokie,
beat, boy.
boomer.
Okie dokie, Boomer.
Okie dokie, Boomer. How'd you like that?
Oh, that was beautiful. I didn't know that she had passed. I've been busy over the holiday weekend, and yeah, I mean, I'm nostalgic. I grew up with that music, and it's sad.
Yeah, I it bring back some fond memories. I was I was heavily involved with a young woman back then, and had I zigged instead of zagged, I probably would have been with that one right now. So that was a fond memory for both of us, and I'm going to share that with her as well. And certainly, thank you, Irene Cara, for your talents and your entertainment, and may you rest in peace. 63 years old, too young.
Way too young.
Way
Yeah.
too young. So we don't normally open the show with memoriam stuff, but this one meant a lot to me. So we hope that you guys have enjoyed that. I made that. That's not from somebody else. I made that specifically for Irene
My
from
hair
us
is
today.
disappearing
Yeah,
tonight.
that's all right. It's thinning. It's
I'm
thinning.
ghostly. I'm
It's
very ghostly.
thinning. Well, no, yeah. There's Sabrina did a show yesterday about the L'Oreal's getting sued for the relaxant that they put in the hair because it causes ovarian
Really?
cancer. So
My aunt who died of lung cancer took me into a Fred Meyer in 1991, and she picked up a bottle of shampoo and she flipped it over and she said, "You see this ingredient right here?" And it was EDTA. She was like, "This is going to give you cancer." And ever since then, I always make sure I don't buy one with that shit in there. But she sadly died of cancer.
well, yeah, methylparabens. That's something that the preservatives in that shit. You know, I knew about that before they started warning people about that. So it's always all good.
Yeah,
news,
I get a lot of shit because I use a lot of bleach over the years. I've been told that shit's eating my brain.
Well, I'm glad that I passed out on that one because I don't have hair to worry about. So I swear it is. We need to call out the chat. All these wonderful
Let's
people
call
that
out the
came
chat.
in. And you got some super chats in there too. You want to call those out
Wow.
first?
Yeah, let me get over there. Hey, you guys are so awesome hanging out beforehand. There was so many of you hanging out before the show. Al Walski, thank you so much for the super chat. For peace and prosperity for all. Indeed, I agree. And Kate says, okay, it's okay to start now. I'm present. Kate, we waited for you. We were
Yeah.
not going to start without you, I
Yeah,
promise.
know, yeah, we went
Who
away.
else do we got hanging out over there? Let me see. I'll go back to the bottom. Jilly, of course, Jilly's over there on guard duty for us. And we've got Gamer. Hey, Gamer. How was your guys'
Gamer, what's
Thanksgiving?
up?
Bass Adams.
Vic.
DC's in the house. Let me see. Kate, Vic, you guys are talking back and forth, so I'm trying to get through all that. I think I've got everybody that is chatting on the YouTube right now. Oh, it's Cold Fusion, of course, is hanging out too.
There you go. We got Fred Edward over on the Fen with Kate's over there too. Riley Martin. Hi, Riley. And we've got a Super Ray from Cradle. Okay to start. I'm present. Oh, you covered your bet there, Kate.
Kate, you covered your bet. Way
That's
to go.
good. Ronnie Graham, what's going on, Ronnie? Great to see you.
Hey, Ronnie.
Copeland Morris, always good to see you, Copeland.
Copeland.
Yes. Fred Edward, Krampus. It is that time of year. Irene Cara, Death
Krampus is
Unknown.
gonna
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah. With 63, too young. Lizzie, one of our producers. Lizzie, hi, Lizzie. Jim, you just learned a new song. Well, there you go.
Oh,
There.
right. Cool. Well, let's put some faces to it. We
Yeah,
did such a great job with the last one. That was awesome.
that was fun. We really appreciated
Dingo.
that, Jim.
Dingo's in the house.
Dingo's over there. By the way, if you guys would like to give us a rumble over on the Rumble, that would be very appreciated.
Yes,
I'm going to
we're getting
drop
close.
the
We're getting
link.
close to monetization over there. So we
Well,
need some
yeah,
more rumbles,
I think
right?
we just get our own private. Instead of the rumble.com, we get Beauty and the Boomer at Rumble.
Oh, okay.
So I'll take that. I mean,
That's cool.
who gives money anymore? Nobody gives money anymore. So I'm going to drop that.
I
in.
don't know. I heard Rumble took somebody down. Who was it? Somebody's channel just flat disappeared. I don't know if they were on the right or what, but yeah, Rumble. I don't know how safe Rumble is.
Well, we're going to go anywhere because one of these days we're going to get the.
We'll go everywhere.
We're
until
gonna,
they decide
yeah,
to cut us.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that we're going to get the almighty boot from several platforms at one time or another because we're going to piss somebody off. But
Oh,
anyway, we got a great show tonight. Shanda wrote it all, and I just laid around and drank.
that is not true
Drank
at all.
Gatorade all day or whatever the hell it is. We do have a terrific outgrow. If you like Duran, Shanda previewed it. She said it was okay. So
It's good.
we're gonna have fun with that
Got the
tonight.
weeds. I got the weeds too.
But tonight it's gonna be the big dance of the Titans
It's driving
tonight.
me crazy. Oh my gosh, yes. We have an incredible dance off for you guys. You've
Yeah.
been waiting for this one. Probably the best one ever.
Yeah, this is a good one.
J9.
This is a good one. J9 Campbell, good to see you. Yeah, we yeah, we got a couple of spots in here. We got Sabrina Salvati, Abby says, looking forward to that one. And we got some fee stuff in there, Combo Couch. We got our friend Jimmy Dorr, who is Jordan Cheriton's friend today again.
Yeah, Jordan's just shouting him out, ain't he?
Yeah, Jordan's just pooping his pants all over the place. I don't know. JDS can kill you. It's terrible. Forget about it. Focus on what you're doing, not what everybody else is doing, guys. What is this? You brought this, Chanda.
Hold on, I'm glitching. I'm a little behind. So, who are you? So it says Central Intelligence Agency. Who are you? And it says the terrorist group you created. CIA agent says, do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
Oh my God, that's just like everybody. I think I see one in my mirror in my bathroom. So, I was expecting some right guard to be handed through my mirror, and I ended up with a CIA agent. This scared me. Here is Japan like having a volcano problem?
Yes. Yeah, they are. This was an eruption from 2 days before Thanksgiving, I want to say, and I cannot pronounce the name of it. It's Sakurajima volcano.
Sakurajima. Yeah, I do know a little Japanese, but Sakurajima and Kagoshima, people of Kagoshima. So that sucks. That's a big town. Now, we did have one blow up in Tonga a few weeks ago, too, right? So the volcanoes are on the mend. Maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe all these volcanoes are a precursor to the end of the world. Oh, shit, man. No more Walmart. Bummer.
Bummer. Are you going to hit play?
I'm going to hit play. I can't hear anything. Is there sound?
After several weeks of relative calm, the Sakurajima volcano in Japan has resumed activity.
She talks so
On the
softly.
21st of November,
I'm crashing.
around 13:30 local time, the
Come back.
volcano threw out large plumes of smoke and ash. The height of the column of smoke and it reached 3,200 meters. The Sakurajima volcano is located near the city of Kagoshima with a population of 600,000 people, and the locals experienced a sense of anxiety. The histogram of seismicity shows that the frequency of volcano-tectonic earthquakes has slightly
Can you still see me?
increased since
Yes,
the
you look great.
November.
Okay, well, you fixed my chroma key.
Sulfur dioxide
Why am I
emissions,
ghostly?
on the other hand, have been
I will
significantly
try.
reduced.
Thank you.
Volcanologists reported a sulfur output of 1,100 tons per day. Researchers suggest that at great depths under the Era caldera there
Yeah,
is
my
a
hair
large
is just
amount of
washing
magma.
out. What side? It's this side.
Alert level
I think
3
I-
Why do I have
remains
so much
in
light on that
effect.
side?
Access to
Hold on. Say hi to everybody. You talk to people while I try and fix your chroma key. Look at that
I'm
green
just trying
background.
to fix me. Look at there's I'm the girl in the green box. I live in
Actually,
a green box.
you look better in the green box than you do in the chrome. What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. My hair is totally washing out in the
We're gonna
chrome.
have. Well, maybe we should go back to just boxes like everybody.
And
Be like
it's
everybody
that
else.
Time again.
It's that time again.
It's that time again.
It's that time again.
Hot Flash Central.
Hot Flash Central.
I went for a walk today because you guys know I'm doing the 62-mile challenge, right? Where I'm going to. Why am I like a munchkin now? But so I'm walking 62 miles in the month of December for St. Jude's Research Hospital for kids with cancer because cancer sucks and a lot of kids get diagnosed every damn day with cancer. So I'm walking up the trail today. It's cloudy, it's gray, it's been raining. You know, the trail is just covered in leaves and it's nasty. This guy rides his bike past me and I've got my fan out on my face as I walk by him. The look on his face was hilarious. I guess it was odd looking. It probably is. But hey, whatever. Now I'm really washed out. Why am I so washed out
I
tonight?
don't know. Maybe it's me. I look kind of orange.
You look orange and I look dead.
Well, let me call Morticia. See what
I
she's-
look like Morticia.
Let's
What do you
see.
guys think? Do I look dead? 4.9 earthquake on Victoria Island today, says Jim. Oh, gosh. I don't want to hear that. I'm too close to those islands.
Yeah, you don't want to get tsunamied. What the hell?
Well, I don't want to get tsunamied. I know if there's an earthquake anywhere around me, I'm going to get my ass tsunamied.
Don't get tsunamied, Chanda. I can't handle this by myself. You've got to
Hold on.
You got to be here to hold my hand.
I'm going to kill that light, see if that helps. With my studio, I need more light. With the
That's
live
better.
stream studio,
You look better.
I don't need as much light.
You look better. We need to get you a new camera, I think. That one just...
It's the camera. I know.
Yeah,
It's the crappy-ass camera.
Well, that's the thing is Mercy wants a decent camera, so we're going to have to feed her a decent camera.
I tried my camera. Well, what was wrong with my camera? Oh, my green screen. My green screen's too close for my good camera, my 4K camera.
Uh-huh.
So I literally need to move my green screen like over to my neighbor's house, and it'll look good.
God, I hate technology. What are you following? Are you following Elon Musk? What the hell?
Who isn't following Elon Musk? They want us to. That's the psych up, right?
Oh my God. Uh-huh.
So, but I love this revolutionary blackout. So
Nick.
Elon tweets out, "What do you think of culture war?" And revolutionary blackout says, "It's a tool that you filthy capitalists use to keep the workers divided."
Ha!
Good shit, guys.
Boom! Nailed it, Nick. That's
Yeah.
what you do. Lay some truths on that rich guy. Lay some truths on that. You brought an ABC News report. What's going on here?
Oh, Amazon workers were not happy over Black Friday.
Why? Why?
Why? Because Bezos treats them like shit? What do you
Oh.
mean, why?
Didn't let him go pee, huh? Let's see what they got to say here.
Or breathe.
We do
or
turn now
live.
to Amazon workers planning protests around the globe on one of the biggest shopping days of the year. Amid the Black Friday frenzy, workers in dozens of countries are taking action and demanding better pay and working conditions from the retailing giant. ABC's Andrew Dimbert joins us now with more. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning, Janae. Thousands of Amazon warehouse workers from around the world are set to walk out today. It's part of a multinational protest organizers dub Make Amazon Pay. Workers are demanding higher wages, safer working conditions, and the right to join or form unions. Employees from some 40 countries and 18 different warehouses plan to take part in the walkout today on what is one of the busiest shopping days of the year, Black Friday. You can expect to see protests here in the U.S. to India, Japan, and France. This is the third year that Make Amazon Pay has organized a global day of action on Black Friday. Just last year, workers walked off the job and rallied in the U.S. from coast to coast, even demonstrating outside of Jeff Bezos' Manhattan penthouse. Now, we reached out to Amazon, but have not yet heard back. But a company spokesperson tells Fortune magazine it's working to address some of those worker issues. Meanwhile, it's unclear if or how this could affect your holiday orders. Again, Black Friday.
So, what do you think? You think Lex gives two shits?
No, Lex doesn't give two shits, but I also want to point out that, I haven't heard much. Black Friday was yesterday. I didn't see people wanted to report that this was going to happen, but nobody covered it.
Oh, no, they can't because who sponsors
because that was
them?
ABC. But hey, we don't want to follow up and actually show you that shit because that might inspire you to, strike wherever you are.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Is this more on the same story?
Oh my God, this is going to make you vomit. But okay, so remember I reported last week that he gave a bunch of money to Dolly to give away, like a humanitarian type shit. I don't know.
Okay.
But this is him. I don't think it was his idea. I think it was his girlfriend, or that's his girlfriend, right? They're not married.
Yeah, is she from
Or
Doctor?
did they get married?
Is she from Doctor Who? She looks like she's from Doctor Who.
I know, right? Oh my God, she's hilarious. And here's the thing: she was his assistant when he was married to another woman, and then of course he started sneaking around with her, and then the old wife had to go. So this is the new one, and she is so plastic. But just check this out; it's vomit worthy.
Talk to me about choosing Dolly Parton.
Well, look at what she's done and how she's led her life. And the way she's done it, these bold things, always with civility and kindness.
Oh my God.
She's a unifier. We have big problems in the world. And the way to get big problems done is you have to work together. We have too many examples in the world of conflict and people using ad hominem attacks on social media and so on and so on. You won't find Dolly Parton doing that.
And when you think of Dolly, look, everyone smiles, right? And all she wants to do is bring light
You
into
have
other
no choice
people's
but to
world.
smile.
That's all. And so we couldn't have thought of someone
She
better
looks like
than to
Joker.
give this
Oh my
award
God,
to Dolly.
scary.
The nation is very divided right now on many issues. Do you think that the American dream is something that really is still attainable right now?
No.
Well, I'm an optimist. I think the American dream is and will be even more attainable in the future.
I'm an
One of the
optimist. I have
things
bazillions of dollars.
That I
I'm
don't
an
like
optimist.
about the current environment is that I think there's a lot of division. I think that people use conflict as a tool to achieve their own ends. I don't think it's a good
Like
tool.
you.
We see sometimes in our political sphere, certain politicians criticize other politicians. They criticize their motives, their character. They call them names. Once you've done that, it's hard to work with somebody.
Oh my God.
And these problems we have are big. We need to be able to work together. And that's why we created the Courage and Civility Award, because we want to highlight people who don't do that.
And we wanted to amplify their voices, you know, because the voices that
Oh
are
my
really
God.
negative seem to get amplified in this world. And so I think that's why
Well,
Jeff
conflict,
kind of, yes.
conflict travels.
Conflict travels quick.
You know, it's always easy to, conflict's interesting. People do focus on conflict. So I want to bring a little bit of light, a little bit of amplification to these people who use unity instead of conflict.
You know, when you go and you look at your net worth, it's too much money to even spend in a lifetime. Do you plan to give away the majority of your wealth in your lifetime?
Yeah, I do. And the hard part is figuring out how to do it in a levered way. It's not easy. You know, building Amazon was not easy. It took a lot of hard work, a bunch of very smart teammates. And I'm finding, and I think Lauren's finding the same thing, that philanthropy is very similar. It's not easy. It's really hard. And there are a bunch of ways that I think that you could do ineffective things.
I never got
too.
compensated
so we're building
for it.
the capacity to be able to give away this money.
Oh my God.
I told you it was vomit worthy.
Oh,
and
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
you know.
Oh my God. Jesus. Talking from a position of privilege. This goes beyond the pale. Gamer.
He's optimistic. The American dream is not dead. And hey, I'm not ranking on Dolly. I will tell you. I actually.
I'm not
don't
ranking on Dolly
I
either.
got love for Dolly.
But Gamer.
And I'm glad that they chose Dolly. But I mean, this whole we've got to get out there and spread positivity. I mean, you are fucking killing people in your workhouses, your slave houses.
Yeah,
Like,
sweatshop man there. Gamer says, I don't think that's his wife. No, Gamer, that is not one of those Japanese sex dolls. It is not. And Pyramid
that
7.
is his former assistant.
Pyramid 7, that is not Steven Tyler, no matter what you say.
Or Joker.
President Jesus says she used to be a sports reporter here in L.A. I didn't know that.
She was. That's right. She was a sports reporter.
Was that before or after the plastic surgery? Just curious.
Before, but I think she had a boob job, but not that good of a boob job. She got definitely a better one.
You know what? I would love to get plastic surgery. I just want to get this extra skin around my neck back here, and I want to lose the duct tape because it's when I peel it off, it's terrible. So it's what Jordan Peterson? What the hell's with Jordan Peterson? Everybody's been capping on.
This is going to gross you out too. This one's really going to gross you out. So this is a doubleheader from Richie Medhurst. They're actually two different segments, but Jordan went to Israel with Ben Shapiro, I want to say. Is that who it was? And it's just vomit worthy. He kisses their ass. He kissed Benjamin Netanyahu's ass so bad he was climbing up it. So I'll let you watch.
Oh, my God.
A crowd of Israelis. And just listen to this drivel. It's going to make you puke. As Jews in Israel, are you telling the greatest story ever told? Well, you decide that by how you live. And that decision will affect the world because everyone looks here for one reason or another. It's not so easy to understand. Everyone looks here to see, well, how are you actually doing under this tremendous assault of adversarial criticism as this little tiny people in the middle of no man's land in some real sense, as a, what would you say, cardinal model of the nation state and the city on the hill. You have a tremendous moral responsibility like you have perhaps for your entire history for reasons that are very difficult to understand. And I think it is true in some real sense that the fate of the world depends on the decisions of the people of Israel.
What?
Just as the fate of the world depends.
Oh, my God.
Just as the fate of the world depends on the
Richie
decision
looks
of
like he's going to throw an embolism.
So you make yourself
gonna
a
throw
shining
one.
light on the hill, right? You attract people here because of what you're capable of doing. You show the world what the holy city.
He's crying.
could look like, because we need it. We need it, and it's up to you to do it. Thank you very much.
Wow.
They're
Wow,
all
what a performance.
pro-Zionists.
Well
Oh my
done.
God.
Well done. What a performance. You know, there's nothing braver than going to an apartheid and groveling on the floor before the settlers and kissing their butts. How brave of you, Mr. Peterson. You are so intellectual and such an
Okay, so that was an excellent segment, but it's like 25 minutes long. I tried to bring you like 3 or 4 minutes of it. But this next one,
Excellent. Excellent. How can it be excellent? I'd be vomiting the whole time.
oh my God.
Richie
guy-
beats the hell out of him, right?
Richie always beats the hell out of people. But Jordan's controversial, right? There's some people on our little pocket of left that actually appreciate what he says. And yeah, he says a few things right every now and then, kind of common sense.
You mean like John Cusack?
Yeah, we'll get to John Cusack. He's on the list to get his ass chewed tonight. But, I find Peterson too overly emotional, for one. He's always fucking crying. And, yeah, fuck this Zionist shit. But here, let's keep going because it gets worse.
It can't get worse. It does?
It gets worse.
Oh, no. Please say no.
Palestinians
now he's apologizing.
are the ones that are killed every day, that are arrested every day, that have no state. They are stateless. The Palestinians are the one who've had their homes taken from them, their land taken from them, that are marginalized. How insulting. This guy is literally trespassing. He is walking on stolen land without permission from the people there. He makes this ridiculous video on YouTube trying to explain himself. I swear to God, I have never seen so much drivel compressed and into one compact video. It's astonishing.
In Jerusalem on Tuesday, October 11th, I journeyed with a Daily Wire Plus film crew, including Ben Shapiro. The entire project had been cleared with the requisite authorities.
The requisite authorities? You mean the occupying power? That's like somebody coming into Jordan Peterson's house and taking all of his shit and kicking him and his family outside the house. I go inside his house and say, hey, why are you mad at me, man? They gave me permission. You stormed it. I literally just played the video. What do you mean you didn't storm it? It's on tape. You're on tape. You're saying we filmed the documentary there. You filmed it yourself. And they say, oh no, I wasn't there. Wow, man, this guy must be doing like quantum physics level of, teleportation. He is both not at Al-Aqsa Mosque and is at Al-Aqsa Mosque filming a documentary at the same time.
No, I did not storm Al-Aqsa in the manner conveyed by the self-righteous purveyors of serpentine rumor and innuendo. And
Serpentine rumor.
I did
I love that.
storm Al-Aqsa in that I prayed assiduously to the...
It's okay to go into other people's countries as long as you pray when you do it. If this...
Shit.
It's serpentine innuendo. I'm going to use that. That's a great saying.
He said serpentine. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we have
psychopathic. I agree. Psychopathic.
Yeah, narcissistic psychopaths. That's
Yeah,
that's the only
too.
thing we breed these days, I think.
Right, and his daughter, she has her own podcast too. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Michaela,
my
she has
God.
her own podcast, and she's out there preaching like she knows everything from the far right at 20 years old, and yeah, I watch because they're a train wreck. Is honestly why I watch them.
Anybody with 2 cents, 2 molecules in their head can usually figure that out. So we have United Palestinian Appeal. Please support them on Twitter. That's upaconnect.org, and see if we can help the people that Jordan Peterson is rallying against over there in Israel. That would be wonderful if you do that. You brought a very handsome picture of the former President Obama.
That's one of our fathers.
Yeah, that's
I'll do it. I say the peasants have gone too far.
Have gone too far. And since when did Nina Jankowicz crawl out from under a rock this week? What's
She
going
crawled
on?
out from under a rock. Well, this is news. So this was Luke Wadowski dropping this. Nina Jankowicz, who sang Mary Poppins on TikTok and was going to be in charge of the authoritarian disinformation panel and censoring U.S. citizens, has now registered as a foreign agent.
Oh,
I don't know what that means, but she's a foreign agent now.
I would say that would be Israel. Wouldn't you?
I would say.
I would say. Probably.
That's going to be my guess.
Now you've got Stud Muffin here. Now this has been
Good.
photoshopped there. We've seen him with his shirt off. He doesn't look that good. So
No, not at all. So you remember I brought that report where those two kids on the day that Elon acquired Twitter, they went out and they trolled the mainstream media and act like they just got fired by Twitter. They were holding boxes and they gave them fake names and shit. And mainstream media, of course, gobbled that shit up and fell for it. Well, he hired one of them to work at Twitter. So that's kind of interesting. But I thought we could laugh at these. So these are Elon's rules for success. Everybody wants to be like Elon, right? We're not going to mention CIA in your pocket. We'll just pretend and just do it what he wants to do it, okay? Or the fact that his daddy, was a part-time or emerald miner. But okay, here we go. Never give up. Number one, never give up at all. Number two, really like what you do. Number three, don't listen to the little man. Never listen to the little man. 4, take a risk. 5, do something important. Of course, important. 6, focus on signals over noise. 7, look for problem solvers. 8, attract great people. 9, have a great product. And 10, work hard. Yeah.
Yeah, work super hard. You got to leave super in there because he's a superhero, right?
Superhero.
Oh my God.
Super hard. I know. If you do these things, you can be, the most richest man in the world.
Not in this day and age. Back in the 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s, but not anymore. So whatever. That's the way it goes. We have a Sabrina Salbati here tonight. Sister Sabby Sabs is up to 25.1K. Let's get her going up. She's having a little bit of a opinion on Roberto Reich, former Clinton propagandist, still propagandist for the Dems. Let's listen to see how Sabrina dismantles, or maybe not so much dismantles. She's so nice. Gotta love Sabrina. Here we go.
She is.
The worst thing would be for Donald Trump to run. And I have confidence in the president. I mean, he has been underestimated consistently. He had one of the best midterm showings of recent times. I believe he would defeat whoever the Republican nominee is. I think we could easily beat DeSantis. I mean, DeSantis has attacked the First Amendment with companies.
That's not what the polling shows. See how they're already getting ahead of themselves? Just like they didn't think Trump would win the first time when he was running against Hillary Clinton. They're already getting ahead of themselves. I looked at the polls today, and the polls don't look good for Joe Biden. I'm just telling you that right now.
You think?
Like Disney, he's shown utter cruelty on immigration. He basically allowed for the economy of Florida to survive while 1 million people with COVID died. And I just think Biden will come off as far more presidential and decent. And I don't think DeSantis is as strong as people think.
No, Roe ain't looking. No. Roe has not looked at any polls. And Rokana's talking a little bit too confident here. Just saying that Biden's more presidential, so people will. Trump wasn't presidential. That didn't stop people from voting for him in 2016. And I think, again, if he sleeps on this, if people like Rokana sleep on this, you might get another surprising. First and foremost, Ron DeSantis is incredibly popular. I don't think some people think it's just Florida. It's not just Florida who like him. So incredibly popular. He's doing very well in the polls. And I'm telling you guys, as I said it before, Ron DeSantis could beat Joe Biden.
So Sabrina agrees with me.
Yeah, now you've been saying that, and Serena's saying it. I agree.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Trump does not get the nomination, it's DeSantis. And I'm not switching it up. It's just that Trump is a loose cannon in anything, and you never know which way it's going to go. But he's got so much name recognition.
You never know. There's a couple other candidates out there we'll talk about a little further down in the deck that might be looking to give both of them a run.
Well, I can't wait to hear about that. I haven't even thought about that. Been so focused on my TDS and my JDS and my PDS and my EDS. EDS. Oh God, I don't think I have EDS. I don't think so. Anyways,
I hope not. I hope
Sister
not.
Sabby Sabs is going to be on the mother of all talk shows tomorrow at, I believe it starts at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So what would that be here? 9 a.m.?
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
Mother of. I am so glad to see Sabrina getting hosted or platformed on these talk shows. That's a big one with George Galloway. Looking forward to it. Gonna catch it. We hope all of you try and get out there. And if you're up, watch Sabrina and George talk. It'll be an intelligent conversation, contrary to what you get at TYT and some of the other channels. Oh, did I throw shade at somebody? I'm so sorry. I can't be
No shade,
rude.
man. No
I
shade.
gotta be nice. I can't. I wish I was nice like Sabrina. I'm just not nice.
Did I get a new background?
Yeah, you did. I think you did. We have got the Prime Minister of Poland. I'm going to say Morawiecki, not Morawiecki. During a visit to Kiev, in this war unleashed by Russia, there can only be one result. Either Ukraine will win or the whole Europe is lost. Chanda, how do you feel about that? Is that
We keep getting told that. God, we keep getting told that.
Yeah, I think we do keep getting told that. I just will the propaganda and bullshit ever stop? Will it ever stop? I don't think so.
No, fuck no. It's not going to stop, and it's going to get worse.
It is gonna get worse.
Perpetually getting worse.
Yeah, I'm not going to make any Poland jokes, but this guy is just part of the propaganda narrative from the West. Have no respect for him whatsoever. What do we have here? Let's watch.
I'm a Polish Jew, so I grew up with Polish jokes.
Okay, there you go.
So you know, I mean, we even had coffee cups where the handle was on the inside of the cups growing up. I mean, and it's
Really?
a Polish coffee cup. Yeah,
That's a
so,
thing? I used to have one like that. It worked pretty good.
right. But we're Polish Jews, so of course we make jokes.
Yeah, but you just grab the cup by the outside and you drink it. Never mind.
Right.
That's just
I
me.
know.
That's just me. Whatever.
I know. Definitely make a joke.
What do we have here?
Well, you know, with homelessness being as bad as it is, we reported a new count in LA County was 70,000 this last week. So this is what they're doing with Section 8. Now, mind you, Section 8 is a national program, and they haven't been allowing people on in many years. I waited on Section 8's waiting list so long that my kids actually turned 18 and I never got on Section 8 and all of those
That's a
years.
long wait.
I mean, I knew a lot of people who did, you know, like, well, your situation changed, right? I sit there for 5 years on the list and then I'm working, I get a promotion, I got good money, I've got a good job. So now, boom, I'm bumped off the list, go forward 5 years, 2008 crash. Okay, I'm not doing as good as I was. Now the kids are too old. So it's just a system to fuck you. But let's talk about how they're managing this system and what they're doing. They're literally pushing people to other states. And when I mean other states, Hawaii. Do you think it's smart to move somebody from, say, Philadelphia to Hawaii with the cost of living the way it is in Hawaii?
Didn't Ron move a bunch of people to Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah. No, they gave them some beans and sent them on their way.
Okay.
With stacks of boxes packed up, Tamikai Palmer said goodbye to her home for the last decade, West Park Apartments in West Philly.
I've accepted that change is coming.
The public housing complex is planned for redevelopment, and the 200-plus tenants had to be relocated.
Many of them moved to other PHA sites.
The head of the Housing Authority, Kelvin Jeremiah, says a few dozen residents like Tamika took the option instead of getting a voucher for the housing choice program known as Section 8. That voucher allows a person to find their own place to rent at a government subsidized rate.
They can do so anywhere in the continental United States, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Philly's Section 8 waitlist, however, has not taken any new applicants since 2010. PHA made an exception for the West Park residents since they were being displaced by the agency. Tamikai took the offer, landing in Hawaii in late June.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Moving from one city to another using a housing voucher is called porting. The NBC 10 investigators found that porting allows people to bypass wait lists in other cities they move to. For example, at the time Tamika moved to Honolulu, the public housing agency had more than 900 people on its wait list for Section 8.
It can be years, and that's problematic.
Anton Krucki is the director of the Honolulu Department of Community Services, which manages the housing voucher program. He says if someone like Tamika ports in with a voucher already in hand, there's no wait.
So they're already qualified with that voucher. We may have to put it in our budget, or we may have that public housing authority do it from their end.
In Tamika's case, Philly Housing Authority records show Honolulu took over her rent payments.
Hawaii has absorbed the total cost of the rent and the utilities. Amen.
That's $2,000 a month, she says. By Honolulu paying her rent, they're choosing to pay for her voucher instead of taking someone off their wait list. And for Philly, it means they have one more voucher to give someone on its 2,100 person long wait list. You see, every housing agency throughout the country gets a certain number of vouchers, and when one family moves from one city to another, the question is who pays for that voucher? And that decision can have unintended consequences for people on Section 8 wait lists. According to records obtained through a public records request, Philly's housing authority is paying more than $1 million annually for 78 families to live outside of the city, including Florida, Ohio, and California.
It's something that the program, frankly, encourages. We want families to decide where they want to live.
If the housing authorities and other locations were to pick up the tab like Honolulu did, then Philly could move 78 other families off its wait.
So
Isn't that crazy? So this is like the fire ant thing that we do down south, where if you got fire ants in your yard, you just run them out of your yard and relocate them to somebody else's yard.
Well, that's what Portland's doing. They're just sweeping these people off the streets into the dustbins, and they're moving the dustbins out of the cities. I mean,
This has got to be such gross mismanagement of the housing authority. I mean, 78 families are sucking down $1.1 million fucking dollars, and that's only 78 families. How many hundreds of thousands of other families are out there needing assistance? That I just mismanagement, and it always has been mismanaged my whole life.
Well, there's $80 to $100 billion available if they take it away from the imperialist war. I think that would take care of it, wouldn't it?
Or what about all the PPP loans that went out to all these fucking businesses? There's just so much waste. Everything's a waste. We know,
Our government is probably the most corrupt in the world, and don't give me but them. I'm talking about us. We are responsible for what happens in our government, and they are just running wild. And they're laundering money in other countries.
That's what happens with a lot of that money. When we went and looked at a lot of our homeless money, it went in the pockets of fucking people.
Yeah, it always does. We're going to switch gears here, and we want to bring our little entertainment so people can kick back, because it is that time to take a mental break. We have tonight Dance of the Titans. And that Titan 1 is Chanda.
We're doing dance off early, guys.
We're doing dance off early because we're going into the holidays, or Christmas time, New Year's, whatever. So maybe not too many dance offs, more like ballet, ice skating, winter
let's do the
sports.
Nutcracker.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that. So this
Nutcracker.
is the last raw dance off. I wanted to make it something special. I made a special card. Isn't that cool how that came out? That's from tonight's dance off. So we're going to start off, as usual, with Chanda Masta and see if she's going to bring it and win two in a row. You're going to win 2 in a row against the old Oz. So I'm going to vote for Chanda tonight. So I think this is really good, Chanda. Wow. Look at those moves. Look at those hips, shoulders. Wow.
I know.
I am so impressed. I might as well not even show mine. Look at that. Little Charleston kick there. Oh my God, how did you do that? Linda, executive producer Linda came to watch the dance-offs. Wow, look at that. Wow. Holy smokes. Wow.
Yeah. That was a workout, man.
Well, her color is much better than your color is today.
I know. I'm the snow queen tonight.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, picking myself up by my toes, that was a feat, especially in those shoes.
And that face stuck to that head perfectly. Well,
that was probably the best dance off I think I've ever done.
That reface did stick well. Yep. I'm now everybody. Shanda's got the moves, but I am not going to give it up. I decided I worked really hard on this dance, so we're gonna see how I compare to Chanda. Enter Oz.
I don't know. I like yours. I know, DC, it's a problem. God damn, Oz, you spun so hard your face fell off.
Yeah, it flew off and stuck to the wall, man. I had to get it back.
I hate when that happens.
Overall, the reface worked pretty good on those. So who wins, Chanda or Oz? I think Chanda wins.
Yeah, I think I do.
I think
too,
you got it.
say.
You put more into
Fix
your
this
dance.
Stupid camera again.
Yeah, you. I think Chanda gets it. Let me see. Let me look over here. Okay, everybody.
Thanks,
Let's get
Yona. I think I'm getting it. I think I'm getting it.
We're gonna. Yeah. That'll be 2 in a row. Yeah, the spinner face. Chanda is in a heartbeat. Chanda. Linda. Chanda. Yeah. I agree.
Shout out to that dancer. Great job.
I agree. That was the World Dance Offs. I don't remember the young lady's name. I just clipped it, but she did a great job.
Excellent.
Oz was good too, but Chanda, you got it. Hands down, Chanda. Hands down, Chanda.
That was some excellent work, Oz. Excellent dance.
Thank you so much. Speaking of dances, our president did one, and
I saw that.
We're gonna Turncoat Don did his interpretation of Joe Biden's dance off. So let's give this a look. Thank you, Turncoat Don. We love this. It's so funny.
Mr. President, thank you.
Oh, shit.
If you agree
How
with
fucking
me,
high was he that
go
day?
to Joe 30330 and help me in this fight. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he looked real presidential in that one, didn't he?
Oh my god, it was funny because it's just
It's
so
elder
cartoon.
abuse, Shanda. Damn
Yeah,
it.
it's
It's
such a
elder
cartoon.
abuse. It's
Yeah.
I can't.
I love when that guy goes, Mr. President, he spins around like you
Oh
scared
my
the
God.
shit out of
What?
me.
Who are you? What's
Who
your
are you?
name?
Oh, me? Me? You're talking to me?
Oh shit. Yeah, that's your that's
fucking
if that's
pedo Magoo.
Oh my God. Speaking of train wrecks, you brought this one.
Okay. So nobody's asked but Fox if Teddy's going to run, but there was a little bit of an interview. I think this was 4 days old. And I had to bring you two clips because I had to bring you, of course, Ted realizing that he's got to kiss some Trump ass because Trump might get back in there and he might win. So he comes out with the total butt smooching for Trump. And then we'll get into the is he gonna run? So go with the first clip.
You know that butt smooching didn't work out so good for Chris Christie, so you think they would learn.
Yeah, it didn't, did it?
No, it did not. Here we go. Clip number 1.
All right, we welcome back to the show Senator Ted Cruz of the great state of Texas, and very importantly, author of Justice Corrupted, How the Left Weaponized Our Legal System. You know, Senator Cruz, maybe this is a believe it or not, but I read the book and really liked it, and I'm here to recommend it. One click on Amazon or whatever your favorite method is. I mean, it's a really good book. Lots of power-packed history in that book. And you have bipartisan criticism, which I also love, going back to the Nixon years. So I want to ask you, I mean, this special prosecutor, I mean, 3 days after Trump announces, whatever one thinks of Trump announcing, pro or con, 3 days after he announces, here comes the latest special prosecutor or special counsel on Trump, on Mar-a-Lago on January 6th. This is right out of your book. I mean, you really need to write a new last chapter of your book because, well, you've called it absolutely disgraceful. And I suspect you're right.
Well, thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. You're right. That's what this book is entirely about. It is about how the Barack Obama administration politicized and weaponized the Department of Justice and the FBI and the IRS and law enforcement and the CIA. And then under Donald Trump, those hardcore partisans burrowed into senior career positions, waged war on Donald Trump for the 4 years of the Trump presidency. And now under Joe Biden, it is absolutely metastasized. They are openly partisan. And I got to say, it's striking. The book came out just a couple of weeks ago. It's shot to the bestseller list, which I certainly appreciate. But just as I released the book, the FBI raids Donald Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago, the first time in the history of our country that's ever been done. Just as I released the book, Merrick Garland announces he's appointing a special prosecutor with the intention of indicting Donald Trump. Listen, this attorney general has turned the Department of Justice into the enforcement henchman of the White House and the DNC. And I got to tell you, Larry, I hear repeatedly from FBI agents, from prosecutors at the Department of Justice who are horrified at what should be nonpartisan, what should be. I don't want a Republican DOJ. I don't want a Republican FBI. I don't want a Democrat DOJ or FBI either. I want a DOJ and FBI that enforces the law And under Joe Biden and Merrick Garland, it is instead a partisan weapon. And that's an incredible threat to the rule of law.
I want a DOJ that's run by the Libertarian Party.
So I can't disagree with anything he said, right? I mean, Obama weaponized it. It blew up under Biden. I mean, all this shit he's saying is true. But it's just a blatant Trump ass-kissing session at the beginning of this interview. You know, how dare them go after Trump and these special prosecutors. But so to get to the end of the interview, get some bliss tags. We get to the end of the interview, and this is when the question of "Are you gonna run?" comes up, and you gotta just wait for it. Teddy Cruz, man, he is on fire.
And I gotta say, Larry, it is difficult to explain. I don't know how these leftists articulate why. They want America to produce less oil and gas, while at the same time they want our enemies to produce more. They want Iran to produce more oil. They want Venezuela to produce more oil. They are in the process of shifting oil and gas production from among the cleanest production on earth, which is in the United States of America, that produces American jobs, to our enemies who produce oil and gas much, much dirtier, who pollute more, and who use that money to fund efforts to murder Americans. It makes zero sense.
Oh, my God. Last one, Senator Cruz. You know I can't help myself. So your speech at the Republican Jewish Coalition, you blew the roof off. You got a standing ovation. So why don't you throw your hat into the presidential ring?
He needs a chapstick.
Toss it in there. In fact, I'll get you a hat. I have some lovely English trilbies that I would loan you to put your hat into.
Did you say tribble?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I said at the RJC is that I'm running for re-election to the Senate. I'm on the ballot in 2024. And the Democrats are coming after me. There is no Republican in the United States Senate who Democrats would like to beat more than me. Last time, it was the most expensive Senate race in United States history. They outraised and outspent me 3-1. And because I'm leading the fight against these disastrous policies, they want to take me out. And so I would encourage folks listening, go to tedcruz.org, 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 because we need the contributions you're making to get reelected and also to stand and fight to take our country back. Tomorrow, I'm headed to Georgia to do a rally.
Didn't somebody...
TedCruz.org, TedCruz.org, TedCruz.org.
That's like the pizza guy saying $9.99, $9.99. That's the old playbook. Oh, my.
And America's got the cleanest oil in the world, if you hadn't heard.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're blowing up pipelines in other countries. Did I say that? Oh, anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Honestly, Chanda, if I was gonna play their little phony game, I'd run as a Republican because I think I'd make a better Republican than they would. So anyway, take a breath. This is going to be a tough one. Our sister over there at the breaking points here. You want to start this one off?
Here, let me get to it. I think I'm on a different one.
Oh my
God. Everybody's covered this Jon Stewart stuff. Who is this tweet from?
That's from Colin. He says to Jon Stewart School's Hillary on military industrial complex. Colin says, yep, Crystal Ball and Kyle Kalinske are Joe and Mika of the left. Ding, 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 ding. Good job, Colin. I think you nailed it right there. So
They are. They freaking are.
They have become
so disgusting.
that.
Yeah, she had to jump right on that. Oh, my friend Jon Stewart.
Yeah, absolutely. This is it's crazy what's going on over there, and it all started to really go downhill when Kyle came into the picture.
Yeah.
That's really was a mess. I brought this little clip from Brianna Joy Gray, and she has some 2 cents on this. So let's give it a listen and see what she has to say.
Investigation into the aftermath of the war, which concluded that the government failed to identify that the threat to civilians was overstated and that the rebels NATO was backing included a significant Islamist extremist element. The report concluded that Gaddafi was not, in fact, planning to massacre civilians, and that reports of his plans to do so were propaganda spread by Western governments and the rebels themselves. But America did what Gaddafi did not. The New York Times investigation found credible accounts of dozens of civilians killed by NATO. We saw the same type of propaganda used to justify the first Gulf War, as tales of incubator babies being killed filled headlines. And lo and behold, the specter of weapons of mass destruction is still being leveraged to avoid accountability for U.S. interventionism. Just take a listen.
Should the United States be selective in the use of its military power?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
After Afghanistan and Iraq, which we did for security reasons, not because we wanted to spread democracy at gunpoint, but for security reasons.
Although ultimately we were told that spreading democracy would make the world safer because freer countries would
I think if
be
you
more
if you
peaceful.
actually look at the record, democratic countries actually don't invade their neighbors. Democratic countries don't harbor terrorists. Democratic countries don't use weapons of mass destruction.
So they don't harbor them, but they have them. You can't. It'd be hard to. I mean, that was planned in Germany.
They're not aided and supported by any government.
I understand what you're saying. That is a distinction.
That clip now reads a little bit like
shit. Like shit.
It's so gross.
It's so gross. That is gross as hell. Jon Stewart went from being one of the best in media pushback on administrations and bullshit to a guy that gives tongue baths.
Total tongue baths to those two bitches.
Yeah.
Warmongering fucking bitches.
Two secretaries of state from Bush, from W and Obama. Are you effing kidding me? Ridiculous. I think Jimmy had a couple of things to say about it. I hope he's not too harsh here.
I watched those.
When he was speaking to Stephen Colbert, he
Anya,
probably wasn't as scripted as he is right now doing this interview. And I just think this is a genius piece of propaganda for the reasons that you and Kurt have brought up. So, Jimmy, you're commenting on the fact that Jon Stewart is supposed to be this comedian that we all look to butcher the establishment and tell us what's really going on and call them out for their lies and make fun of them for it. And Kurt, you're noting earlier, you pointed out, why is Condoleezza Rice included here? But it's very crafty. I think what's going on here is that they're speaking to two secretaries of states who came from two different administrations, the Bush administration and the Obama administration, that are supposed to be super different, right?
Right. Yeah.
Crazy old cowboy Bush, and then very firm and educated Harvard Obama, who rose and became the first Black president of the United States. And these were their two secretaries of states. They're women, so they're more presentable in this interview with Jon Stewart than, I don't know, for example, John Kerry might be. Yeah. But in Hillary's case, she's also like one of the most hawkish and consequential figures in our recent history. And what they're doing here is covering for their worldview and for the policies that they've wreaked, the havoc that they've wreaked on the world, and agreeing and presenting it as though they are they represent two parties. I listened to the full interview. So at times, Condoleezza Rice will detract from Hillary and seem to present a Republican point of view, for example, saying, people in the middle of the country are alienated by the elite on either coast. And so you get this false idea that they're speaking for the two different camps in this country. And then you have Jon Stewart just playing the clown, but what if we do overextend ourselves? And he's pretending to challenge them while at the core, none of them are confronting the base of their ideology, which is just empire, bogus human rights narrative, and American exceptionalism. And it's very powerful when presented like this, because again, it's supposedly blurring partisan lines and then also bringing up a cultural clown figure like Jon Stewart to kind of put a shiny bow on it.
Very well said. I got to play.
Anya Parampel killed it right there.
Yeah, that was very well said. And that's exactly what's going on there. They're trying to unite everybody under war, basically. Look, we got Condi and we got, they're both saying this is what we've got to be doing. So unite.
Yeah,
it's total propaganda. And Jon Stewart, I've never been a big Jon Stewart fan. Yeah, I was insightful and funny. I thought it was well wrote at times. Towards the end, it wasn't. And I never thought he was a funny comedian. I never did.
Well, I think Anya Parampel kicked Crystal's ass as far as opinion op-ed on this, because Crystal Jon Stewart schools Hillary Clinton on military-industrial complex. Well,
whatever.
Not so
You
much,
didn't
Crystal.
fool anybody.
Anya Parampil said right there exactly reality. I thought about it. I thought Crystal's got to be smarter than this. Then I figured it out. I saw this page from the Yum Yum. Op-ed made easy. Crystal Ball's secret technology revealed. What Crystal does is she has magic crystal Kyle balls, and that's what tells her to write her op-eds anymore over on Breaking Points. Crystal's Breaking Points. So, sorry, Crystal, but yeah, I think you're listening too much to your boyfriend instead of really focusing on the merits of the interview. Who am I? I'm a guy that's been following politics longer than you've been born. So there you go. So, whatever. Is my opinion's worth anything? And don't be going ageism on me out there, any of you guys. I've been around. So, but that's okay. You can. I got a good sense of humor. So the Yum Yum, once again, I think nails it. These two women should be on trial at The Hague for war crimes as well. So
absolutely,
that's my opinion. Now you brought this one. What is this? Did she really get in trial for war crimes?
I think Jilly sent me this one. It's cute.
Okay, Jilly. Thank you, Jilly. Let's give it a listen.
Well, I always think you have to talk about the economy because that's critical to everybody, whether it's an election year or not. What I wish we could convey more effectively is that if you look at what has been accomplished in the first 2 years of the Biden presidency with the Congress working hand in hand, there has been an enormous amount of commitment of new building, new infrastructure, new investments in manufacturing, new ways to lower healthcare costs. I mean, insulin price going down, drug prescription price going down. In fact, the work that has been done by the Democrats.
That was perfect.
That was great, Jilly. Love that. I'm going to dream about that tonight, and I'm going to take Hillary out of the picture. You brought this.
Let's see. Magic spells for protection against unwanted opinions. Okay, so a deep cleansing breath. Say these words. Did I fucking ask you? Repeat until desired effect is achieved. Blessed be.
Blessed be. I love that. Mass formation psychosis requires a constant barrage of contradictions, doublespeak, and nonsense to wear down the logical mind. That's pretty good, Beetle Oz. I tend to
Beetle
agree.
Oz, yeah.
Beetle Oz, he gets those once in a while. Now you brought your boyfriend, at least on most topics.
Not my boyfriend anymore. But anyways, let me tell you, okay. So he's bitching about NPR in this, and I agree with him. NPR has sold us out, has sold our independent voices, the voices that you would normally hear back in the day on NPR and public radio, right? But what about Reuters? Why can't he see how terrible Reuters is this time?
Yeah, why can't he? Let's hear Let's hear what he's got to say. Am I refaced on Gandalf?
You are. You're
Gandalf. Thank you so much. That makes up for Chuck Norris.
Okay, you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
I remember on the 10th anniversary of the invasion of Iraq, there was this
we still got a lot of
fawning half-hour interview with Rumsfeld on NPR. I worked for NPR.
Okay, as long as we keep.
I covered the Falkland War from Buenos Aires for NPR. NPR began as a very different organization, a very scrappy, independent, almost rebellious, and then was co-opted and became essentially no different from the commercial press. In fact, of course, it runs commercials like PBS. They don't call it commercials. They call it sponsorship. They, as you saw, withdrawal of government funding, they leaned more and more on the very centers of financial power that they should be critiquing. And so I don't listen. I can hardly listen to NPR anymore. And of course, they fill their quote unquote news segment with fluff, with lifestyle stuff and interviews with country western stars and to try and cater to a broad demographic. Now, all of that stuff, I'm not against it. I actually even did reporting like that, but not on the news hour. It's not news. So there's been a terrible corruption within public broadcasting. And that, of course, is part of the problem, because public broadcasting is where you should be able to go to hear independent voices. And if you go back to the 1970s, you saw Noam Chomsky or Howard Zinn or even Malcolm X, Angela Davis, James Baldwin. All of these very important figures were given a platform on public broadcasting, but that's gone. That's finished. And that's part of the whole calcification or the atrophy of the press within the United States that has really taken place over my own lifetime as
a. He's absolutely right, as usual. I mean, on the press is the corruption at NPR, and they bought them. They basically the fossil fuel industry, so they're done.
Well, yeah, who had them before that? It was the tree industry, brought to you by Kimberly Clark. I mean, that's who owns PBS in Washington State.
Yeah,
Kimberly Clark.
This is, once, and we've got to say it. You have to say it. The donors, the sponsors of the Western media run the damn world, whether you like it or not. So,
but Oz, NPR is sponsored by the people. Haven't you seen their commercial brought to you by viewers like you?
Yeah, bullshit. Maybe when you're doing a back rack marathon or something like that.
Right. They don't even do that well anymore.
I used to like those because I'm old.
I know. I used to love PBS. I watched all of the Ken Burns stuff over there. I was a huge Ken Burns fan, but Ken Burns is a total shitlib. So
there you go. You brought this.
Brave enough to inject unknown substances into their body, but afraid to breathe air.
That's where it's getting these days. You brought this one here too. Is that I had that couch sometime.
I know. I had that couch in my first apartment. Don't sit there looking at this picture and act like you ain't grown up somewhere around this set of furniture, this furniture set. Exactly. I had that exact furniture set. I had every variation of it.
I did. I did. I actually sat in one like that. That was a really big thing back in the 70s, early 70s. And what's the Alan McLeod there?
Okay, so the U.S. is still losing to Vietnam to this day. LOL. Americans are retiring to Vietnam for cheap health care and decent standard of living.
Go figure.
Go figure.
Go
So
figure.
we brought them democracy. It only took 50 years.
Now, what is this? Is this Dinosaur Land? What the hell?
Dude, I thought this was crazy. About 40% of Americans believe humans and dinosaurs existed at the same time.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right?
No. 40% of Americans believe that we were riding dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park did its job, I guess.
I guess so.
Oh, my God. This is good. I thought this was good. You got this.
Yeah, remain terrified, question nothing, stay home. I can't see what this other picture is. I brought this because I want everybody to know that Garland Nixon's ghost is now on Twitter. So just because he's been taken down, go follow his ghost.
Yeah, his
ghost of Garland Nixon.
Is that his ghostwriter?
That is his ghostwriter.
Yeah, because he got warned. Twitter warned him if he tried to make an alternate account, they would ban him for life. I thought they already banned him for life permanently.
I'm pretty sure that's his ghostwriter. So
yeah, it's
follow
probably
his ghostwriter.
Yeah, and you got what's his name? Bankman here. What's going on here?
Oh yeah, so FTX funded $18 million towards research that claimed that the I word, I don't even know if we're allowed to say that on YouTube still, and the hydro word didn't work against COVID. So he funded that study. Remember, we heard that study a couple of months ago, like, oh, it didn't work. We did a study and it turns out it didn't work. You guys were fools and taking horse base the whole time, just like we said. This guy paid for it.
You see, Chanda, they said over in the UK that they didn't do any tests or research. So somebody's lying here.
They're always lying. They're all lying.
Yeah, I wish they wouldn't lie. It's not nice to lie. You brought Peter Ducey here. What's he holding up a picture of his boyfriend or what? What's going on? What's going on there?
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody saw that damn press conference where she wouldn't let Fauci answer the origins of the woo bug. So I think this is a takeoff that I don't remember.
All right, let's watch it.
the way you counter misinformation and disinformation
it's
is
loud.
to do whatever you can as often as you can.
Oh, this is funny.
Wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better. Masks are protective, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is. You do not need to wear a mask indoors if, in fact, you've been vaccinated. Good that you're vaccinated, but in a situation where you have people indoors, particularly crowded, you should wear a mask. So even if you are vaccinated, you should wear a mask. If, in fact, you are vaccinated, fully vaccinated, you are protected, and you do not need to wear a mask outdoors or indoors.
That was great work.
Oh my God, he never said that. That was so photoshopped and dubbed and.
Oh yeah, that was
edited.
Sure,
that was edited for
sure,
content.
yeah, sure it was.
Totally.
I didn't do it, but somebody did. I'm sure.
Somebody.
Fiorella Isabella. Ukrainians are ready to live without light and heat for 2 or 3 years. Zelensky's wife, Olena, says from one of her mansions, while her husband hides behind a green screen.
She has 4 mansions. 4 mansions.
Four
mansions.
mansions. Now, it wasn't her, but it was some official there that was going into another country with a suitcase full of cash. Is that right? Big time
Always,
cash.
man.
Yeah. That was cray-cray. You got this mean, excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about freedom and democracy? Nailed it. Very nice meeting.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Love that. Now we have a PSA from the White House. We always
we look forward to those.
We always take the White House seriously, and we're starting to get our Christmas on. There's Bob Hope Oz and Shanda. Is that Lucy Shanda? Or who is that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know.
The White House. We all have to do our part to ensure a safe, healthy, and happy holiday season. Get the updated as soon as possible. Thank you very much. This one's getting ratioed. Last time I saw it was like it's creeping up. 4,000 hearts and 2,600 comments. Most of those comments are very positive, as you can quite imagine.
I'm sure.
They're
very positive.
Very positive. Very, very positive. Karine pushed back a little bit on this. White House press secretary mocked for suggesting that while Christmas shopping. I would imagine she got a little pushback on that. So, it dropped the day after Thanksgiving, right? So,
just like they were telling us we had to all test to go do Thanksgiving dinner, but don't test any other day of the fucking week or anywhere else you go or anything else you're doing. But Thanksgiving, you should test.
Yeah. I didn't have any turkey. Does that mean I'm safe?
I don't know. Was it in the turkey?
No.
Was it in the turkey?
If it wasn't in the spam, I'm all clear. Shelly, you brought one from Shelly.
I love Shelly. Shelly's got some of the best
She cracks
memes.
me up. Yes, she does.
Christmas is just around the corner. Hint, hint. This is Build Your Own Conspiracy Kit. And I love it. It says, did you hear the AOC stole Marjorie Taylor Greene's kitten using a plastic banana? Believe me, I would come up with something better with that game.
Yeah, I probably would too.
I would too.
I think I want to take my face off of Jon Stewart down there. I'm not happy with him right now.
Yeah.
So. Time to retire that one. I think.
Who can I put on him? Let's find a total shit lib and put his. I'll find somebody good. I'll redo that.
Jordan Chariton doing the eye thing.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Do that thing.
Go.
Do
yeah,
that thing with Jordan Chariton. That would be great. I can deal with that. Wearing that one for a while.
You got it.
This one, Aaron Curati, MD. He foresaw it all 90 years ago. Incredible. There will be, in the next generation or so, a pharmacological method of making people love their servitude and producing dictatorship without Icarus. Is that what that says? Without, I can't tell. So to speak, producing a kind of painless concentration camp for the entire society's Amazon so that people will in fact have their liberties taken away from them, but will rather enjoy it because they will be distracted from any desire to rebel by propaganda or brainwashing enhanced by the pharmacological methods. And this seems to be The Final Revolution. Aldous
It
Huxley.
is.
Aldous Huxley. Now, that's one of Amber's favorite authors.
Yes, that is. I do Orwell, and she does Huxley.
Yeah,
Kind of,
yeah.
We're polar opposites that way.
Yeah, I do Carlin.
Yeah, I like Carlin too.
So you brought this one, molecular margarine. Is that a new thing, or has it been around forever?
No, just a reminder that margarine is one molecule away from plastic and shares 27 ingredients with paint.
I didn't
And
know.
yes, I always remind people that I threw margarine out of my house years ago.
Well, it probably makes good grease for axles and things like that.
Yeah, for axles and shit. That's all that seed oil shit they're trying to get us to eat. Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I think back in the day they subbed it for what? Crisco and
Hey, at least Crisco had good fucking trans fats in them that tasted nummy.
Yeah, you can still get it in an Oreo, or is it something new now in Oreos?
No, it's something new. They pretty much phased trans fats out in
Well,
most of the
and
commercial
this is my complaint too. I remember as a kid, they started out with chocolate bars that were pretty good size, and they were actually chocolate.
They were real chocolate,
They were
not
real
wax.
Yeah, but I think 1975 they made them smaller by 30%. No shit.
I think so.
I think
I
I'm
do too.
No shit. And now it's brown colored Caro syrup, I think. Chocolate
Yeah,
flavored.
waxy shit. Yeah, exactly.
It's terrible. Awful. Just terrible. You can't even get good chocolate. You know, I don't know where you got to go. What did you bring more reader time here? What's going on here?
A baby's first guide to Illuminati hand signals. Everybody needs this. It's a good Christmas
Shit.
idea.
Yeah, oh my
And
God.
today we're going to learn about insurance. Hey, insurance, I'm injured and need some of that money I've given you because I'm injured. No, and that's how insurance works. Sure.
That's exactly how insurance works. Is the more they deny, the more profit they make. If you don't think that's the case, prove us wrong, please. We'd like to be proved wrong. That would be wonderful. How's everybody hanging here? We're
Hey,
getting,
Pat
we're
the
getting,
Batman fan.
Pat,
Doing,
Pat, did you
Pat,
email
Pat,
me something, brother Pat? What's going on? Do
You
I
got
have
it. Send it now.
Send it now, brother. Send it now. We're getting to the end of this. We are running a scam, and this is from Shrek, right?
No, okay. So everybody watches the YouTube channels, right? Where they say, you can buy a plot of land and become a lord or a lady, right? Have you seen those commercials? Come on. I know y'all have seen those
Yeah.
commercials. You can buy a plot of land. Well, it's a fucking scam. They're actually in Tokyo. So here's a little breakdown about how those sponsored ads are scams.
Okay. Sponsored ads are scams.
This video is not brought to you by established titles because they're not what you think they are. Sponsorships are completely okay, but not when viewers are being misled. If you've been watching any YouTube recently, you've come across sponsored segments for a little thing called established titles. By the time you finish watching this video, boom, someone probably just uploaded another. They pay good money, which is why creators are endorsing them. Unfortunately, not enough people realize that the whole thing is basically a scam. So, established titles is a service that claims you can own a dedicated plot of land in Scotland. You can also apparently refer to yourself as a lord or lady.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
On their website, we're graded to a variety of options. For a whopping 50 buckaroonies, you get a certificate saying you're the owner of the land. They also give you the chance to expand your plot for hundreds of dollars extra. Oh yeah, did I mention this certificate is digital only? If you want a physical copy, you'll have to hand over an extra $30. If you want a frame on top of that, an extra $59. Not exactly the best first impression. Now here's what really sucks. The company doesn't make you a legitimate owner of land in Scotland. They sell souvenir plots, a plot of land that's tiny and doesn't have a practical use. On the established titles website, the company even makes it clear that souvenir plots are too small to be registered with the Scottish Land Registry. Established titles say they keep records of who owns what, but they're the only ones who recognize that you own the land. Essentially, you're paying $50 for a certificate of their approval and only their approval. Now, when we're talking about the whole lord and lady thing, it's not what it seems. You can give yourself those titles for mindless fun, but they aren't legally recognized by any official organization. Things get worse when we see another part of their website where this is the only address listed. Put that baby in Google Maps and there's no headquarters in sight, just some of the souvenir plots they have to sell you. In one section, the website reveals that Established Titles is associated with the company Galton Voicey Limited. They're based out in Hong Kong. Of course, there is one good thing to come out of Established Titles. They claim they're committed to planting a tree for every order. They team up with Trees of the Future to make that happen. That's great. However, it doesn't change any of their other business practices. If you want to help reforestation efforts, why not go directly to the source and donate there? In the description, I linked a few ways you can do that, so you don't have to give extra money to this company. At the end of the day, Established Titles gives you land ownership and the title of Lord or Lady, but only according to them and nothing really official. It's a novelty gift, so it's not meant to be taken that seriously, and some people are being misled because of that. Hopefully now you have a better idea of what they offer. Your money is your
So
problem, right?
I hate to break it to all your asses. You're not Lord blah 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 or Lady blah blah blah. You're just a dumbass who gave some company in Tokyo $50.
Didn't we have something like that going on with FETs or FTEs or something?
Oh,
this
the
year?
NFTs. NFTs have freaking tanked. Remember, I brought a report on it a couple years ago. We actually have a Beauty and the Boomer NFT that I created, and it's out there in the ether. And yeah, nobody's buying that shit. Justin Bieber bought one for like $1 million, and now it's worth like $20. Yeah, like no.
It's worth $20.
Oh God, I saw it depreciated. He spent like 1.3 mil on it. It's a stupid like monkey like hanging out like cool with the jacket on. And yeah, no, it's not worth anything.
It's a monkey.
It's a monkey. Monkey.
Monkey. People say we're monkeying around. You brought this.
Yeah, so the state has a monopoly on violence. That's why breaking a few windows is viewed as violent, but you know, denying people health care, it's not.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course not. Of course not. And let me see, what do we got here? We got, you brought, Trudeau. I haven't been following. Trudeau. He's in the doghouse or something right now, or he's trying to get out of, he's lying about something.
He's caught up. He's always lying. Are you kidding?
That guy, I feel bad for our sisters and brothers in Canada. This guy is probably the worst.
Around the world. I don't know.
Worst,
they got it pretty bad in Australia, too.
Yeah, no, it's just horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Lord Turd Cutter and Duke of Plunket. Yeah, thank you, Yona.
That was very descriptive, Yona. Thank you.
So today's generation has no idea who lived here. Who lived here, guys?
Let me look. I might be able to guess it. Three's Company 2.
Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door. If you would have put The Odd Couple, I would have got that one too. Because Felix painted it mustard yellow about 3/4 of the way through the second season, so it was really pukey. But he painted everything. So, if vaginal dryness was a person, that would be him. I can't agree more. I can't agree more.
Yes.
What else we got here? We got Pat the Batman fan coming up right after this one right here.
Nice.
So we've got, what is Stoner Corner?
I think Stoner Corner should always come before Pat the Batman fan, because that's what I do during Pat the Batman fan is rip a bowl. So let's do Stoner Corner and then listen to Pat. I love this one. So when you run out of weed, so you smoke catnip instead. I'm gonna shit.
Does that work?
Shit in a box.
Does that work? I'm gonna shit. It doesn't work. I don't know. I smoked some pretty terrible stuff in college. So.
Oh, yeah, I have too, but never enough to make me want to shit in a cat box. Yeah. Anyways, so let's get high and stare at random stuff. The newest Nancy Drew mystery.
I always wondered about that. They were in such awe when they looked at things, when they had this. It was crazy. Anyway, without further ado, we have Pat the Batman fan bringing us a little tune he just cooked up. And this is hot off the record player, I think. Hot off.
We haven't even seen it.
We have not even heard it. So here we go. Pat.
What is it?
I don't know. Thank you, Pat. Dance.
Nice.
silhouettes saying goodnight by the garden gate. The day they left in the valley, my sister stood and cried. The day they left in the valley, part of my childhood died, just died. Daughters go out, now it's her turn to wait. She knows they get away with things she never could. But if I asked her, I wonder if she would. Come dancing, come on sister, have yourself a ball. Don't be afraid to come dancing, it's only natural. Just like a ballet on a Saturday, and all the friends will come dancing where the big bands used to play.
Yeah!
Hey, that was a great cover, Pat. Excellent
Great job,
choice.
Pat. Great job. You know what? The way Hollywood's going and the music industry, there will be a place for us here, right here on Beauty and the Boomer in the future, because all that is just trash compared to the talent that we get to bring on here. So I want
Oh, yeah. Pat, you do an excellent job. And you pick songs that are perfect for your voice, too. I love it.
Absolutely, Pat. Absolutely. If you haven't checked out the Oingo Boingo over on the Rock Fin, I'm going to be cutting some more stuff out there. Outros are going to start going over there because people seem to like these outros a lot. So we're going to be putting those up. I can only do a few at a time because I got other things that I got to do. So we have Hollywood.
And you are earwormed me. Damn it. Now I'm earwormed.
Yeah, I know. We got 3 earworms tonight. Wait for that outro song. That's going to crush your earworm. That's going to be hell. Hollywood. What do we got going on?
Hollywood?
Hollywood already. You got, is Jack back or what?
Okay, so there's a shit ton of YouTubers out there reporting that Jack is back and that they are getting ready. The cast call sheet has gone out for the new Pirates and that Johnny's on it. Now, you remember, if you followed Farron and I in the CC Gals, we brought you Johnny's testimony where they asked him if he would ever go back to Disney and do Pirates. And he flat out said, never. Like, it was like, hell would have to freeze over. I would never. And so now there's other people out there saying, no, that's not fucking true. I don't know. Do you think that they could offer him enough money for him to go back after how they treated him?
I think
firing him.
Well, they offered
Blackballing
Iger all kinds of money. He wasn't going to go back to be the head of Disney, but it's
That's
all
true.
about money. It's money. It's going to be money. That's all it is.
I'm sorry. I don't care who they cast in it. If Jack Sparrow's not in it, if Johnny Depp is not Jack Sparrow, I don't want to watch it. And, you know, if anybody who's watched the whole entire franchise, I've watched the whole franchise many times. There was a couple of movies in there that sucked. They sucked.
Yeah,
they did. But
Yeah.
I still watched them for the Johnny Depp factor because that's what I was watching. I was looking for, you know,
Drunk
drunken
pirates.
Jack Sparrow. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking for the stupid story, right? I think anybody who watches the pirate movies, it's about Captain Jack. It's not about any of the other characters. It wasn't about Will. It wasn't about Elizabeth or any of these other characters that they brought in. So they're talking about Margot Robbie is supposed to be the lead in this new Pirates. I mean, that's a hell of women don't carry pirate movies very well. Ask Gina Davis with Cutthroat Island. She took a ton of shit on that movie, even though I love that movie.
It was fun. It was fun.
Right.
we're going to have to talk about Hollywood and their stupidity one of these days, I think.
I still just don't think Margot Robbie can carry a Pirates movie by herself.
Well, Keira Knightley, she was in here, she did.
I can't stand Keira Knightley.
I know. Somebody's
got a weird look on her face always.
I know. Doesn't she make like foo-foo commercials for perfume?
Oh, she was one of the first women to make like serious big money too, like for the Captain, for the Pirates movies. But yeah, this is Popcorn Planet.
Right.
He's going to shoot this down. He's got some truth.
Okay. Nancy Pelosi's available to play the pirate now. So
she is, and she's got Drunken down very well.
She does.
I know.
This rumor, because guys, that's all this is. This was getting a lot of traction, saying that Johnny Depp is returning to Pirates 5 years after the last film. It started getting picked up by so many places here. And the reality is, it's just not true. Where did this come from? Well, it came from The Sun. So that should have been all the warning you guys needed. Whenever you see one of these sources, especially when it gets another traction at the Mirror, etc., it says here where a source told The Sun. So let's go directly to the source, shall we? Source told The Sun. Here it is. We're going to get to it. This is a ridiculous story, by the way. Insiders said the working... Oh, wait, sorry. Before I even get to that joke, Depp, who played the boozy buccaneer in the previous 5 films, is scheduled for a test shoot in the UK in February, according to a new call sheet from the production. Guys, call sheets aren't made until like days before shoots. You don't make a call sheet months prior because you got a lot of stuff to still figure out, locations and crew. You don't hire them 2 months prior for test shoots. Now, you may be setting up a schedule for it. Sure, there may be a schedule or a plan, but call sheets traditionally come out the day before, sometimes not even until like hours before a shoot. So right out the gate, I was like, huh? And then as you scroll through the source, insiders said the working title of the new film being made by Disney was A Day at the Sea. Pirates of the Caribbean, A Day at the Sea. That's like the most boring title, most uncreative title. I'm offended by the source that couldn't even come up with like Treasure's End or the Ghost of Jack Sparrow or 10,000 Depths Below. Like, come on, I dare you all to put a better Pirates title in the comments down below.
So yeah, don't believe what you see. And Pat, I hope you're okay. He says, I got assaulted on Hollywood Boulevard today, so fuck Hollywood today. Pat, we're so sorry. I hope you're okay. And yes, Natalie, Hollywood is so skanky. It's so skanky.
He said he got covered in spit. Oh, God, Pat. Dude, gross, man.
Hey, Chad. What's up, Chad?
So, hey, Chad Wilson. Hey, Stevie Redneck Economics. Good to see you. Vic, I didn't call you out earlier. Hi, Natalie Williams. I see you're in there. We have something here. Chanda and I have this in common, and I didn't realize this.
Well, yeah. It was so traumatizing. When I was a child in the 70s, I was traumatized by the switching of Darren Steffens. Of course, that was on Bewitched for all of you youngins out there.
Wasn't it Stevens?
Stevens? Is it Steffens or Stevens?
Stevens, yeah. That's how traumatized I was.
But I know, I'm so traumatized. It was Stevens, right?
Yeah, Stevens. The meme creator was traumatized, obviously. I got traumatized, too. The 5th season, Elizabeth Montgomery did not want to do the show anymore, but they handed her... They wheeled up a wheelbarrow of cash, and she said, fine. And she took her bra off, and from there on out, she went braless in all the series. So that,
wow, there you guys go. There's a little treat for all you.
Well, the nice thing about it was I was hitting puberty, and man, that just lit me on fire. So it was the way it was. So yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Aram, thank you so much. Always so thankful for your support and help.
Aram, thank you so much, and thank you for all you do to all of our sisters and brothers out there, for all of our sisters and brothers. Good to see you, Aram. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We have this is from the Wayback Machine 2021, and I really just wanted to play this one more time. George Clooney is not my favorite actor by any means.
As a filmmaker, do you support mandatory vaccines on film sets?
I support mandatory vaccines, period. I think every company should do it. Listen, I don't care. To me, it's really simple. We can look out for one another and take care of one another, or we can not. It's that simple. And all the people who want to talk about their independence and their freedom, you're free to eat until you fall down the stairs, but you're not free to drive. The minute your freedom infringes on everyone else's, it stops. And so I believe very much in mandating that, as we did with polio, as we do with measles and mumps and everything else when a kid wants to go to school. And we'll get there, but it takes some time.
Just to continue on what you were just saying about vaccines,
Yeah.
do you feel any backlash from the anti-vaxxers, and did that ever bother you in any circumstances at all?
No, because the truth of the matter is, I was listening to a podcast the other day about the polio vaccine, which they screwed up when they first put out, which I didn't remember. I didn't know. I was too young. One factory actually ended up giving a bunch of kids polio and killing them because they weren't filtering out the formaldehyde. We haven't had any of those problems with the vaccine. It's been a pretty successful rollout. And there were lots of skeptics then, and it took a few years, a couple, 3 years to get their act together. That's what's going to happen here. We'll get our act together, we'll get it done. We have to, because that's how we get out of this.
Well, there's little tiny Chanda up there. Hi, little tiny Chanda.
Yeah, am I crashing?
No, you're just got low bandwidth, so I would shrink looking at George Clooney too. But that was just a
fuck that guy.
historical
Fuck that guy.
thing about George Clooney. And once again, I want to.
Clooney was on Epstein's Island. Absolutely gamer. Yes.
Oh, I'm sure he was. He's you know,
he's CAA, which is he loves to play spy,
Yeah,
right?
he
so
is.
he gets to be a Hollywood spy for CIA.
And I want to shout out again Irene Cara, Fame and Flashdance. What a feeling seeing her dead at 63. Very, very talented. Thank you for the entertainment. It was a special time in my life. I really appreciate it. And rest in peace, dear. You were terrific. We have a Fee Says here.
I'm so
And
fast.
Fee says, the U.S. calls one-party country dictatorships while they have a theatrical two-party illusion in the world's words democracy and justice, and plastered rainbows and American flags and puppeteered by State Department war criminals. In essence, the U.S. is the longest-running dictatorship. You want to argue with that one? I think she's right on. Fee says, truth to
Fee
power.
says, man.
Truth to
Well,
power.
I love what Fee says.
Yeah, I do too. That's why we love Sister Fee. We love, she's got the Fee says going. Once in a while we do video of her. Sabby says we like cutting clips out of there. She does a good job of there bringing information. We'll bring it with Fee too. What is this? Assange.
John Pillinger.
John Pillinger, Assange. Assange's crime is to have initiated a wave of truth-telling in an era of lies, cynicism, and war. John Pillinger. Right on, John Pillinger. No shit.
Yes.
No
I
shit.
think I'm back.
You
I
are
think
back.
I wrote it out.
You did write it out. And I want to point out on the Assange, too, we caught Andrew Yang lying his teeth out over on Sabby's stream the other day. We did clip it. It's in the Thanksgiving show if you want to go back and watch it. It's liar. So maybe he just forgot, Chanda. After all, nobody talks about Julian Assange, do they?
He's
Or
a guy.
presses him on it all the time. Speaking of liars, we've got John Cusack.
Hey, Reeve. What's
The
up?
extradition of Julian Assange must be commended by all who believe in press freedom. It's just too goddamn bad that John Cusack hasn't been consistent on this point.
No, not at all. Didn't he block you a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I asked him about it. I was
Oh my
nice.
God.
I wasn't even being a dick. I try not to be
I
a
know.
dick. And I asked him.
We both liked him. That was back in our, transition to not being shit libs day.
Just because you have the Mensa's IQ doesn't mean you're smart. That's for damn sure. So, again, Cusack.
But I'm glad. Better late than never, right? I mean, we need to convert as many over as we can. So kudos to whoever got in John Cusack's ears over the years and just beat this down till he realized that we were right about the freedom of press and Julian Assange. So kudos to you, Oz. Good job for.
Do you think that the heat I put on over there at the Press Freedom group might have had some bearing on it? Maybe.
I absolutely do.
I wrote them 2 or 3 letters. Yeah.
You had a campaign, and we all started piling on over at the
Freedom
exactly.
Press Freedom
How dare
Foundation.
you
Yeah.
Award him an award when he's not even supporting Assange.
Yeah, which is sickening. And anybody that is not supporting Assange,
Assange.
I invite you to go to hell sooner than later. By the way.
I know, and I've always loved Cusack's acting, and it turned me
I
off
like,
to him
yeah.
so bad. I haven't watched anything he's done in the last couple of
No,
years.
I won't. I've seen Grosse Point Blank several times. I won't watch it again. I'm done. I'm not going to watch it. So we are at the end of the show. We have a hell of an outro tonight. It's Duran, so if you're a Duran fan,
I am.
We got a great cover, and we cut it in. We got some announcements, Chanda?
Announcements. Let's see. Of course, I'm doing these 62 miles in the month of December, and I'm starting to gear up. I was out today. I got 2 miles in, a little over 2 miles, and some flights of stairs. So if you want to help me out, it is for St. Jude's, raising cancer or money for kids with cancer. So you can go over to my Facebook, and the donation links are over there. And yeah, I will be on the Tuesday morning, my regular time. So hopefully we're back on regular schedule this coming week.
Yeah, I hope so too. I don't think we're going to be doing a shorts this week unless you are up to it. So
yeah, let's take a shorts off, man. We've done bam, show. We did so many shows this week that I was scrambling for content today.
Yeah, and Linda,
my content.
Linda and I are doing some special stuff in DaVinci and with graphics, and being that it's the season to be jolly, ha 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 ha, we're going to try and bring some seasonal jolly stuff in. So that's what Linda and I will be working on. Check out Linda's newsletter she puts out for the Convo Couch, AM Wake Up, for RT, for Beauty and the Boomer. And
I got to queue up that link so I can drop it in the chat so you guys can give us your emails so we can send it to you. It's just kind of in case you missed it.
Yeah.
It's a rundown of what Fee has done at RT, because sometimes it's hard to find those RT links. You know, they do a good job of suppressing them. And yeah, so I promise this week I'll get my shit together and I'll get you guys a link to sign up.
Yeah, so next Saturday we are going to get our Christmas on because it is the 3rd of December. So
yep, it's that time.
It's that time. What are we doing for Christmas? Anything special?
Yeah, I'm going to have a big family Christmas because I didn't really do a big Thanksgiving. Everybody kind of did their own separate things, went to, all my kids are grown now, so they all have in-laws and shit, and as much as I want to be selfish and I want all of my kids and their kids here, I can't do that, I know they have other families. So I said, okay, Christmas, we're doing a big Christmas.
Yeah, I don't plan on not doing a show on the 26th. That's the day after Christmas. We might have a short show.
What day is Christmas on?
Friday.
Christmas is on a Friday. So you don't want to do a show on the 26th?
No, I do. I
do.
I don't see where any weeks we're not going to have a show, and we would probably do maybe a New Year's show special after that. Probably do that.
We always do our big New Year's Christmas or New Year's party. So yeah.
That's going to be on the 3rd of. No, not the 3rd. Wait a second. Let me look at this. Am I in the wrong month? Hold on.
You're looking at 1976.
Oh,
aren't you?
shit. Yeah, it's 76. No, Christmas is on Saturday the 24th. Or no. Christmas Eve is on Saturday. God, I am messed up. Move the calendar.
Okay,
dumbass.
So I don't know. We'll have to hold there because Christmas Eve.
I don't think
Day,
I don't.
See. So we probably won't be doing a show then.
I might come on for 5 minutes and show everybody how to wash down coffee down my throat or something.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, the 31st.
I'll let you know because one of those days I will be free. So I might do a show either Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a little rocky there. I was in the wrong month. Damn it. Oh well. Anyway.
Yeah, you had me all excited like, yay.
Yeah, I thought we could skirt by it. Anyway, we've got Beauty and the Boomer next Saturday night. It should be fun. And I want to thank everybody. Wonderful having you here tonight. And our numbers are right where we need to be. So
I agree. Keep those numbers low.
keep them low.
We love it when YouTube pills off like 20 followers. We don't have to worry about them coming in, plugging up the chat.
Brother Reef put out a tweet today. It said something like, "Yeah, make sure you don't watch these guys. They'll love it." Thank you, Brother Reef. Appreciate that, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but we have fun doing this stuff because if we didn't have fun doing it, we wouldn't do it because it's all about taking the edge off the week of insanity, the weeks that come one right after another and another and another. So all of our sisters and brothers out there who are in independent media are doing a great job, and we couldn't even come close to doing what they're doing. So this is just kind of a break for everybody.
That's right.
Saturday night, if you have any suggestions besides drop dead, fly rope, or whatever, we'll take everything else. Piss off, yeah, that sort of thing. Again, I want to thank everybody for the super chats, super rays. So much, but this outro I'm quite fond of. It is an earworm, and I have it transcoded, so it should sound pretty doggone good. Chanda, you were fantastic tonight. I know our butts are both kicked, but I'm gonna stick around and listen around the outro. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you so much once again. Appreciate it. Enjoy it. Duran, Ordinary World.
I love it.
And that's the wrong one. Let's try this one.
Thanks for watching. Is that TYT?
That's Combo Couch.
Oh, that's Combos.
Yeah, let me reset that. Thank you for waiting is what it should say. Here we go. Let's go back over here. Here we go. This is it. Let's kick it over.
There it is.
never seen the roadside tale of suffering and grief. Fear today, forgot tomorrow.